Next question is the mass of a non-volatile solute of molar mass 40 gram per mole that should be dissolved in 114 gram of octane to lower its vapor pressure by 20% is. So the question is you have to calculate the mass of non-volatile solute, but they given the lowering of vapor pressure. The lowering of vapor pressure, that is P naught, that is P naught minus P divided by P naught is 20%. 20% means 20 divided by 100, that is 0.2, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure they given. By using this we have to calculate the mass of non-volatile solute. We know that relative lowering of vapor pressure, this relative lowering of vapor pressure, this P naught minus P divided by P naught is equal to mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of the solute is equal to XB. XB means WB by MB divided by WB MB plus WA divided by MA. That is, see, a relative lowering of vapor pressure is proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of the solute is the ratio of number of moles of solute divided by total number of moles of solute plus solvent. Here they given that WB, here it is, here we have to calculate WB question mark, then MB. So MB, that is molar mass of the solute, they given 40 divided by WB 40 plus here WA, it is the octane. See here 114 gram of octane. So molar mass of the octane is also equal to 114. It get cancelled. So we get the answer WB divided by 40 is equal to WB by 40 plus 1. If you take LCM, you can get P naught minus P divided by P naught means 0.2. 0.2 is equal to WB by 40. If you take LCM 40, it becomes WB plus 40. Here 40 get cancelled. So answer is WB divided by WB plus 40. It is equal to 0.2. If you do cross multiplication, here 0.2 WB plus 40 into 0.2, 4 2s are 8 is equal to WB. Therefore WB is equal to, here WB minus 0.2 WB is equal to 8. 1 minus 0.2. 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8. WB is equal to 8. Therefore, WB is equal to 8 divided by 0.8. 8 divided by 8. 1 divided by 0.1 becomes WB. It is equal to 10 grams. So the correct answer is 10 grams. Next we move to the next question. Question number 12. The vapor pressure of two liquids A and B in pure state are in the ratio 1:2. They given the vapor pressure of the two liquids PA and PB. They are given vapor pressure of the two liquids, that is PA divided by PB is equal to 1:2, means 1 divided by 2. Therefore PB is equal to twice the PA. It is given. So a binary solution contains A and B in mole proportions of 1:2. The mole fraction of A in the vapor phase, that is the mole fraction of A in the vapor phase is given by, that is mole fraction of component A in the vapor phase is given by PA divided by PA plus PB. Already we know that PB is equal to twice the PA. We have to substitute the value of PB here. PB is twice the PA. Therefore, PA divided by 3 PA get cancelled. 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means 0.33. So, the correct option is A, 0.33. Next, we move to question number 13. Which of the following is not a colligative property? Elevation in boiling point, it is colligative property. Depression in freezing point, it is colligative property. Osmotic pressure, it is also colligative property. So, lowering of vapor pressure is not the colligative property. The correct option is D. Lowering of vapor pressure is not a colligative property. Next, we will move to question number 14. Next, question number 14. 3 gram of urea is dissolved in 45 gram of water. The relative lowering of vapor pressure. Already we know that the relative lowering of vapor pressure is given by XP. That is N2 divided by N1 plus N2. Here, for dilute solution, this N2 is very low compared to N1. So, N2 is very less compared to N1. So, I can neglect N2. Therefore, N2 divided by N1. So, relative lowering of vapor pressure P0 minus P divided by P is equal to N2 minus N1. N2 means WB divided by MB. So what is the weight of that solute? 3 gram. 3 divided by molar mass of urea is 60 divided by, what is the weight of water? 45 gram. So what is the molar mass of water? 18. So you have 3 divided by 60 into 18 divided by 45. You can get the answer 0.02. If you solve this, you can get the answer 0.02 mm of mercury. So correct option is C. Next, we move to question number 15. Which of the following aqueous solution will exhibit highest boiling point? For this question, we have to calculate the high Van der factor I. So in this case, 0.01 molar urea. Urea does not undergo either association or dissociation. Here I is equal to 1. So in option B, 0.01 molar KNO3. KNO3 undergo dissociation to give K plus ion and NO3 minus ion. So I is equal to 2 here. In the third case, I is equal to 2 Na plus and 1 SO4. So I is equal to 3 here. In fourth case, so this glucose does not undergo either association or dissociation. So I is equal to 1. This Van der factor I is multiplied by molarity 0.01, you can get 0.01 only. Here 2 into 0.01, you can get 0.02. Here 3 into 0.1, you can get 0.03. Here see 0.015 multiplied by 1 is same. So elevation in boiling point, it is directly proportional to this 0.03. It is the highest. So 0.01 molar Na2SO4 exhibit highest boiling point. Question number 16. 5.5 milligram of nitrogen gas dissolved in 180 gram of water at 273 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure. The mole fraction of nitrogen gas in 180 gram of water at 5 atmospheric nitrogen pressure is approximately dashed. As here, first we have to calculate the mole fraction of nitrogen. Already we know that solubility of gas depends on mole fraction. Mole fraction is directly proportional to the pressure exerted by the gas according to Henry's law. So first we have to calculate the mole fraction. So mole fraction of nitrogen, that is mole fraction of nitrogen. First we have to calculate the mole fraction of nitrogen. See here, first you have to calculate the number of moles of nitrogen. So that is W divided by M. W weight of nitrogen dissolved is 5.5 milligram. I convert milligram to gram. So 5.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 W. Then what is the molar mass of nitrogen? That is 28. So you can get 1.96 into 10 raised to minus 4. This is at 1 atmospheric pressure. So it is given, we have to calculate for 5 atmospheric pressure. This is the mole fraction for 1 atmosphere. So for 5 atm pressure, so mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to 1.96 into 10 raised to minus 4 multiplied by 5. So you can get the answer 9.8 into 10 raised to minus 4. 9.8 into 10 raised to minus 4. Here you can observe, we will convert this 9.8 into approximately, you take it as 10. 10 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 10 into 10 to the power of minus 4. I will take it, I will convert it into 1. 1 into 10 raised to minus 3 is the correct option. So option C is correct. Next I move to question number 17. A solution of 1.25 gram of P in 50 gram of water lowers the freezing point by 0.3 degree centigrade. Molar mass of component P is 94 and Kf of water 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. So you have to calculate the degree of association of P in water. See here, first they will given Kf value, W value. See here, Kf is 1.86. Then see here, weight of the solute. Weight of the solute is 1.25 gram. And see here, weight of the solvent is 50 gram and delta T is equal to 0.3 degrees. So you have to calculate the molar mass. First you have to calculate the molar mass. As P undergo association, so 2P is converted into P twice. So N is equal to 2 here. So we have to use the formula MB. MB is equal to KF into WB into 1000 divided by WA into delta T. So all the values are there. You have to substitute the values. What is the value of KF? It is 1.86. WB given 1.25 multiplied by 1000 divided by WA here is 50 and delta T is 0.3. If you solve this, you can get molar mass is 155 gram MB. Molar mass of the P, solute P. Then we know that I. What is I? Van't factor I is normal molar mass divided by abnormal molar mass. So normal molar mass is, it is given here 94. So 94. I calculate the abnormal molar mass, that is 155. So 94 divided by 155 is 0.606. So we can calculate the N here. So N is equal to, here first you have to calculate the alpha. Alpha means degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation alpha is equal to 1 minus I divided by 1 minus 1 divided by N. So this is equal to 1 minus 0.606 divided by 1 minus 1 divided by 2. If you calculate this, you can get the answer 0.788. If you calculate this, you can get the answer 0.788. You convert it into percentage, that is multiplied by 100. You can get the answer 78%, 8, approximately 80%. So option A is correct. Next we move to another question. Question number 18. Here 0.06 percentage of aqueous solution, it is in isotonic with dash percentage of glucose solution. First, what is isotonic solution? Two solutions having same osmotic pressure are said to be isotonic. So molality, first you have to calculate molarity of 0.06 aqueous solution of urea. First you have to calculate the molarity, capital M. Molarity, capital M, is equal to here 0.06 multiplied by 1000 divided by 60 into 100. Here what is molarity? Molarity is always equal to WB into, formula to calculate molarity is WB into 1000 divided by WA into volume of the liquid in ml. So it is given. So weight of the solute is 0.06. So molar mass WA. So WA is For glucose, this is 60. So now you can calculate this. You can get the molarity. 0 0 get cancel, 0 0 get cancel, 6 1s. The answer is 0.01 molar. Here we know that osmotic pressure pi is equal to CRT. Osmotic pressure pi is equal to CRT. Therefore, 0.01 molar solution of urea will be isotonic with 0.01 molar glucose solution. So, option D is correct. Next, I will move to question number 21. 18 is for an ideal binary liquid mixture, they will given the value of delta X and delta G. What is a delta G? Gives free energy. What is a delta S? So delta H is change in entropy. Delta H is change in enthalpy. Delta V mixing is change in volume. So we know that delta G is equal to Gibbs Elmwood's equation. First I write Gibbs Elmwood's equation. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So in this equation, if you want the delta G is negative, then only the reaction is spontaneous. That is, delta G is negative, the reaction is spontaneous. So hence delta G always less than 0 and delta S is positive, that is greater than 0. This is the condition for an ideal binary liquid mixture. So delta G is less than 0 and delta S is greater than 0. That is option C here. That is option D is correct one. Next I move to question number 19. After adding non-volatile solute, freezing point of water decreases to minus 0.186 degree centigrade. Calculate molality. They given the value of Kf. They given. See here, this question is based on depression in freezing point. We know that depression in freezing point delta Tf, depression in freezing point delta Tf is equal to Kf into molality. So what is M here? Molality M is equal to delta Tf divided by Kf. So what is delta Tf here? Delta Tf is here 0.186 and the value of Kf it is given 1.86. So answer is 0.1 molality. Molality is 0.1. So we can calculate now delta Tb. Delta Tb is equal to Kb into M. So Kb is equal to 0.521 multiplied by 0.1. So answer is 0.0521. So option A is correct. Next, I move to question number 20. Each of the following aqueous solution has the highest freezing point. We know that delta Tf is equal to I into M into Kf. Here Kf is constant. So depression in freezing point purely depends on I into M. Here we can calculate the I. Ventuf factor I. I is equal to 2 here. So delta Tf is equal to 2 into 0.1, that is 0.02. Similarly, for magnesium chloride, I is equal to here Mg plus and 2 Cl minus I is equal to 3. So delta Tf here is equal to 0.01 multiplied by 3 is 0.03. Here I is equal to 1. Sucrose does not undergo either association or dissociation. So delta Tf here is same 0.1. So for NaCl, I is equal to 2. So 0.1 into 2, 0.2. See here 0.01 multiplied by 2, 0.02. Okay. As here, out of this, which one is the lower delta Tf? See here 0.01 molar NaCl as lower the value of delta Tf. Lower the depression in freezing point, highest is its freezing point. See here, if delta Tf value is less, lower the delta Tf, highest is its freezing point. So option A is correct. Next, question number 22. Which of the following is not a colligative property? See children, only you have 4 colligative properties. First one is elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure and relative lowering of vapor pressure are only the 4 colligative properties. So optical activity is not the colligative properties. Okay. Next I move to question number 23. Next we move to question number 23. When an electrolyte is dissociated in solution, the Ventuf factor I is. So when an electrolyte undergo dissociation, so I is greater than 1. So answer is I is greater than 1. When an electrolyte undergo dissociation, I is greater than 1. Next, question number 24. Osmotic pressure of the solution can be increased by, see here, osmotic pressure pi is equal to C into R into T. So pi is directly proportional to temperature. So osmotic pressure of the solution can be increased by increasing the temperature. Okay. Next, I will move to question number 25. Question number 25. Which of the following aqueous solution has highest freezing point? Already I explained in previous question. See here, lower the value of delta Tf. Lower the value of delta Tf, higher will be the freezing point. So in all the 4 cases, we have to calculate the delta Tf. Delta Tf depends on I into M. So here M means molarity, concentration. See here, in Al2 SO4 thrice undergo dissociation. On dissociation, it gives 2 Al2 plus ion and 3 SO4 minus ion. So I is equal to 3 plus 2, 5 here. So 5 multiplied by 0.1, answer is 0.5. Delta Tf. Here for barium chloride, I is equal to 3. So 0.1 multiplied by 3 is 0.3. So here AlCl3 on dissociation gives Al plus 3 ion, Al3 plus and 3Cl. So total you have I is equal to, see here, AlCl3 on dissociation gives Al3 plus and Cl minus 1, 3. So total I is equal to 4 here. For NH4Cl, I is equal to 2. So this is 0.4 0.4 and this is 0.2. So we have to, for highest freezing point, delta TF should be low. So which is the lower delta TF here? 0.2, 0.4, 0.3, 0.5. Lower is 0.2. So answer is D. 0.1 molar NH4Cl as the highest freezing point. Okay. Next we move to question number 26. When the pure solvent diffuses through a semi-permeable membrane into the solution, when a pure solvent diffuses through the semi-permeable membrane into the solution, the process is called dash. See here, what happens? I think it is the reverse of osmosis. What is osmosis? Osmosis, it is the reverse process of osmosis. So it is called reverse osmosis. Then for 27, the Van factor I it accounts for. Already we know that I is the measure of either association or dissociation. The extent of measure of either association or dissociation. So the option B is correct. Van factor I is the measure of extent of dissociation. Next I move to question number 28. Which of the following aqueous solution should have highest boiling point? We know that delta TB is directly proportional to Van factor high. So higher the value of elevation in boiling point, highest will be the boil. So if higher delta TB, so boiling point is also high. So we have to calculate delta TB here. Here in option A, I is equal to 2. In option B, I is equal to 3. So here NH2 plus and NO3 minus, here it is 2. For KNO3 is also 2. So which as higher the value of I? Option B, Na2SO4. Therefore, which solution has highest boiling point? Na2SO4 solution has higher boiling point. Very simple. Here you have to calculate I. Higher the value of Van factor high, delta TB is more. Delta TB is more means it has highest boiling point. So option B is correct. Then I move to question number 29. Isotonic solutions. What are isotonic solutions? Two solutions having the same osmotic pressure. So option C is correct. If two solutions have same osmotic pressure, they are said to be isotonic solution. Next, I move to question number 30. One is incompleted here. I read question number 30 clearly. Relative lowering of vapor pressure of dilute solution of glucose. Dilute solution of glucose dissolved. Glucose dissolved in 1 kg in 1 kg of water in 1 kg of water. See here. Relative lowering of vapor pressure of glucose dissolved in 1 kg of water is 0.002. So molality is, already we know that relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to, for dilute solution it is equal to N2 divided by N1. So already they given the value of P0 minus P divided by P0. So you have to substitute the value of N2 divided by N1. First you have to calculate N1 and N2 here. See here, 1 liter, 1 kg of water. 1 kg of water is solvent here. N1 is equal to 1 kg means 1000 gram divided by 18. W divided by M. That is called 55.55 moles. It becomes 55.55 moles. N1. Then we can calculate the N2. Number of moles of water is 1000 divided by 18. So for dilute solution, so N2 is molality. Therefore, 0. Molality M is equal to 0.002 multiplied by 1000 divided by 18. So answer is 0.111. So option C is correct.